9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights, dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soars in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.
What it is, Tone, what it is, the NFL trade deadline has come and gone, and man, it was a day of days.
Yeah, it was an interesting day. Very interesting day.
Yes, it was.
You know, I liked what I saw from some teams for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have opinions.
Colts.
Yeah. Colts definitely took a shot for sure. But before we do any of that, you guys are tuned into the Bald Eagles podcast. He's Markus Thomas.
What's good, family?
That was the second. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys smash the like button. Make sure you guys hit the hype button as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Most importantly, subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay active. Use the comment section. Utilize your voice as a consumer. Understand your power as a consumer. You feel what I'm saying?
Talk your talk.
You know what I mean? So subscribe to Pro Fan Talk. Hit the like button and show love over there. Subscribe to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge to the game. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get into it.
Oh, man. And one more important thing. it seems like we need to start saying, we are not AI. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
That sounds like something AI would say.
We are not AI, because it's getting more and more. Oh my God.
Did you hear that the Coca-Cola Christmas commercial was made entirely via AI?
I believe it.
Like the newest one. Like they kind of remade it, and it's strictly made with AI.
Yeah. Here's the scary part. Cause I like I said, I work in this business. I use AI, so I'm familiar with it. I know what to look for, and I know when I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
However, this is the beginning, and it's looking this good now. When you got people taking pictures of their loved ones, and then you can animate them and make them talk, all that type of stuff. It's next level, and it's only getting better. It's only getting better. And just like anything else in this industry, or when you're talking about something that consumers have to take part of, they're already 2, 3, 4 iterations ahead. It just hasn't hit the masses yet.
Yeah,
that's the scary part. So whatever we see now, they already 3, 4, 5 steps past that. We just ain't privy to it yet.
Well, the reality, it always comes down to dollars and cents, right?
Yep.
You always follow the money. And if companies are spending less and less on ad dollars and marketing dollars than they used to in the early 2000s, 90s, 80s. Like there was an era where your commercial had to be a hit. People would rush home to see commercials.
Yeah.
And commercials can make or break your business these days, right? So a lot of companies spent a lot of capital making sure they had the best possible commercial. Now, commercials don't require the same level of investment because
the production cost keeps going down.
Production cost is going down, and ambassadors and sponsorships are going up.
Yeah.
So instead of paying an X amount of money to produce an entire production, a commercial, I could just pay several influencers a fraction of what I would spend.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's great for the influencers.
Great for the influencer for sure.
Their checks are going up.
And also, to take it a step further, I don't know if you noticed, even these YouTube commercials, internet commercials, like digital commercials,
Yep.
they're made damn near entirely with AI. You're not even hearing real voices anymore. You're hearing a script imputed into AI, and it's just speaking over the commercial.
Correct. I know the voices. I've used it. We've done it on my job where I had a guy that did all of our voiceovers. He's one of our engineers that did all the voiceovers, and he had a kid. So he's like, I don't have time to do this. So I had to get his permission and dubbed his voice.
See,
works.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Even last point on this before we get back to the football talk. Bruce Willis, before he knew his illness was on the horizon. So I don't know if people noticed, but he started coming out with like a lot of movies back to back.
Yeah, bad ones.
And he was doing that to trying to, like, get out as many ideas as he could before the disease took his speech.
Yeah.
But also, he's one of the actors who actually gave approval to be used by
name, image, likeness.
He and they actually used it in one of the movies he was in to mimic his voice.
Yeah.
And I think they even used it with Val Kilmer. When he was losing his voice, but that was the early stages of AI. So
and I'll tell you what, the voice things, because it's so easy to input it in and mix it where you can't tell, especially when you're talking about voices. When you're looking at people, it still isn't quite up to snuff, but I give it a couple more years and it will be, because processors are getting faster. And the whole process is getting better, stronger, faster.
Yeah.
So
I know I said this is my last point on this. Did you see Viola Davis's Amazon movie G20?
I did not.
It came out this year.
I know what you're talking about, but I did not see it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's what you expect from those kind of movies. Action. Right. The president's a badass. The president has to save people. It's what you expect from
movies like that.
Yeah, it's what you expect. But the reason I brought it up is because, and to your point about the whole voice recognition and voice being manipulated via AI, there's a scene in the movie where the terrorists, or the cyber terrorists, they need the vocal recognition from all these top people from these different countries, right, so they can validate the propaganda they're trying to spew to the masses.
Right.
So they had them speak a certain sentence that would allow them to manipulate their voice and their vocal tone and range and the words they would say, and have them say whatever they want. Like there's a term for it. There's a certain sentence, a certain phrase somebody can say that if AI picks it up, they can use that phrase to make you say anything. So it was a pretty fascinating concept of how artificial intelligence and how vulnerable we really are to cyber, to cyber attacks and the bank and whatnot.
It used to be art imitates life. Now it's the other way around.
Yeah,
now
man.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, and one thing about the Philadelphia Eagles, their life is going to provide a lot of art for us. Because I'll tell you right now, the picture they're painting by adding Jaylen Phillips to the fold, obviously we knew CB2 coming into the season would be a question. Lo and behold, they ended up bringing in Jaire Alexander and Michael Carter II to help that room.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell have been steady forces, but CB2 has been so bad, and we have a large enough sample size with this team through 8 weeks, through 8 games, to make a determination that they couldn't go another 9 games, 8 games like this. And I actually like that about where the bye week was placed, because I think, and I want to get your thoughts on this, it just so happens that the Eagles' bye week was so strategically placed.
Perfect.
Because what it did was it didn't just allow for them to get healthy at the perfect time of their schedule, but it also afforded this organization to kind of just take a breath.
Yeah.
Before the trade deadline. Because, if you're in the thick of your schedule and the trade deadline's going on and there's no bye week in sight, or maybe you have one already, then your front office is doing their job, but still everybody's in the heat of battle.
Right.
Everybody's in the heat of it. But when you have a bye week that occurs right before the deadline, everybody's kind of able to self-scout and reflect and kind of get away from things a little bit before they make any reactionary decisions based on what they saw on Sunday or Monday or Thursday. I just think this bye week was it was a blessing in disguise for the Eagles for it to be placed right here, right before the trade deadline, so they can breathe easy and kind of
absolutely
their way through it.
And it's we didn't do it thanks to the NFL, because remember, we were bitch moaning and complaining because our schedule was rough. So that's the luck of the draw. They put us in the middle. They put us right before the bye, or the bye was right at the deadline, and it just worked out for us. If it had been a week earlier or a week later, we'd be on a struggle bus because of our depth and the injuries and things of that nature. Because sometimes you just need a whole week of nothing, and that stuff comes in handy. And we had the perfect placement, but even when you think about it like that, that's a lottery pick. We won the lottery when it comes to that, because we had the injuries and we had the bye at the perfect time with everything that was going on with us. So we just kind of hit the lottery in that regard. So we made the most of it. We got some rest, and we'll see how we fare come back, tomorrow when they back on the field, and we'll hear the reports from everybody. And we're not going to really see anything until Monday. But I like us being in the situation. We're not worried about no major injuries, especially after you saw what happened to Green Bay and they tight end and Jaden Daniels didn't, if I'm not mistaken, didn't CeeDee Lamb and somebody else get dinged up for Dallas?
I'm not entirely sure.
Nothing crazy, but it was like a couple people was limping off the field multiple times in that game. So not only did Dallas look bad when you let Jacoby Brissett beat you, but they were getting banged up. So, and I say all that to say, it happened for us at the best possible time for us.
And the injuries that you've been dealing with haven't been season defining.
Correct.
Which really helps. Now, granted, there's 8 more weeks left of this thing, 9 more games to be specific. But this Eagles team, they couldn't have put with everything they've experienced, they couldn't have placed themselves in a better position, right?
Yeah.
And again, I can't understate or overstate just how important it was for them to be able to have this much of a sample size for this Eagles team in particular,
right?
Because if you don't know what you know now, you can't make the decisions they made today or over the past few days, right? Like, yes, we knew coming into the season CB2 was a crapshoot, right? Keely Ringo, will he step up? You moved on from Isaiah Rodgers. You moved on from Darius Slay. You brought in Adoree Jackson. You traded for Jaquarian Bennett when you saw there was cracks in the armor in that CB2 spot in the preseason. You tried to do everything possible to try to piecemeal it or kind of bet on the guys you decided to bet on. And the reality is, after an 8-game sample size, that there was no sign of prosperity for that position. There was none. So clearly, because I heard Spike Eskin say this on WIP, and it was interesting. He essentially said, there's a lot of people who want to give Howie Roseman and the Eagles a lot of credit for the moves they made at the trade deadline, but I want to pump the brakes on that, because everything that they treated as an emphasis at the trade deadline, they didn't put emphasis on it prior to the season. So this is how we trying to play cleanup. And my mindset about that is, it's not that simple.
No,
It's
not even close.
It's not as simple as, hey, he was lackadaisical in the offseason. Now he's trying to play catch up. I don't think it's that simple. My humble opinion, when you draft guys, you got to find out what you have.
You have to find out what you have. You're exactly right.
And you're constantly crunching numbers about, okay, if I cut costs here, okay, I got a young guy, been developing here. It's time for him to take that next step. I got to gamble. I could bring back Slade, but I'd rather give up a year too early than a year too late. Isaiah Rodgers, I don't know. I could probably get cheaper there. So it's constantly crunching numbers, and you're constantly just trying to find that balance of talent and cost. And I agree, Quinton Fields, very, very punchable. But I don't think it's as simple just to criticize how I always say, oh, he's getting too much credit, getting too much love. You got to see what you have. You got to see what you have.
The prime example is Zach Bond. The Saints never figured out what they had. He still had that same talent. Mm-hmm. The only thing that was missing was an opportunity. And when he came up here, he got his opportunity. And he's putting up numbers that nobody with the Saints has put up. So why did they miss him? Mm-hmm. I'm sure that they got guys down there that did their due diligence and some guys that thought he was a good player, but nobody ever saw that coming. And the question is why? They do the same thing with quarterbacks. They do the same thing at every position. You know what I mean? So
the Saints were deep, though. They had a lot of talent.
You don't want to end up in the situation. The reason why that's an incomplete statement is because, to your point, you got to see what you have after you've spent the money and made the draft pick. Now we know. But if we would just discarded Keely Ringo, we'd have been like, well, we spent a third round pick on him.
Right.
That was a waste.
And some people, their position was, well, he was on this roster for 2 seasons prior, and he didn't make any noise then. They drafted Quinyon, they drafted Cooper DeJean, having him on the roster. That should have told you everything about how they felt about him. And I'm like, it tells you something, but it doesn't tell you everything.
Doesn't tell you everything. You got to put him out on the field, and he had the perfect opportunity. He waited. You developed him. This was his 3rd year. He had enough time in the same system. So all of the pieces were in place.
This was the perfect opportunity for Keely Ringo.
It was a perfect opportunity, and he didn't live up to it. But at least now you know. Now there is no misunderstanding.
And you were able to survive the growing pains to a 6-2 record.
Correct.
There's teams who they got to take shots on players, and they're not good enough to overcome those shortcomings if they exist.
Right.
They're not good enough. But the Eagles are in a position that, hey, all right, we're talented enough where we can insulate this player. If he can just play well in this system, then he's a guy that we can have here. Because again, my whole position with Keely Ringo was, if he could become the guy, the Eagles have 3 starting corners all on rookie deals. That will provide them so much flexibility. So I'm not just thinking about the football aspect of it. I'm thinking about the roster building and the cap ramifications or the cap benefit from Keely Ringo being successful. Him not being successful hurts the Eagles. When you draft guys and they don't reach the potential for whatever reason, it hurts you and it sets you back no matter how you slice it. A player that you had on the roster is always better than having to go get a guy.
Absolutely.
You want your guys to win. But if you got to go get a guy, that means that whoever you brought in to do that job initially isn't fitting the bill. And
let's not forget what you see every day in practice.
Yeah.
Because you got some guys, we used to call it lift like Tarzan, play like Jane. Mm-hmm. In practice, they demons. They everywhere. They on the ball. They just making plays. But when you get in the game, not so much. But the only way you can figure that out is putting them in the game. So I don't get mad at Howie. Now, again, there is no misunderstanding. He's had ample time. He had about 4 games to figure it out, and it hasn't worked for him. It hasn't panned out. So maybe he'll be a career special teams player. Maybe he'll be a career backup, or maybe he'll go somewhere else and it'll click. It just didn't do it here.
Yeah, it's possible.
However that plays itself out, we expended every measure to find out what it is and what it wasn't.
And the
And
reason
now we know.
and I
So
agree with
I'm
that.
good with that.
I agree with that 100%. I think they did exhaust every measure. And the reason I know that is because what Vic Fangio was able to get out of guys, get out of rookies that never played on his level before. Like he was able to get Oren Burks paid. He was able to like develop Quinyon and Coop the way they did, right? He got Zach Bond paid, right? So when Vic Fangio comes in and brings this level of play out of guys, you expect, okay, whatever Keely Ringo does have, he's going to be able to pull it out because he did it amongst so many different players from so many different positions. You have Jordan Davis in the best shape of his life. Jalen Carter came off of his most productive season. Quinyon and Coop did what they did, right? You know, Darius Slay came up one of his best years of his career. Isaiah Rodgers did what he did.
Even flip it on the offensive side. Who wasn't nobody thinking about Tank Bigsby? Wasn't nobody thinking about Jahan Dotson?
Yes. Again, so when you got the coaching staff to bring the best out of people, and there's a guy on your roster that is not clicking, at some point you got to look at him. You got to look at him.
I don't think people give enough credit because it's we concentrate so hard on the players on the field that only in certain circumstances, if a situation happens. Prime example of the situation on the sideline against the Saints with Clint Hurt and Jalen Carter, right? After that, then the talk goes around like Clint Hurt knows how to handle him. You saw what he did with Sirianni. He told him to step back. I got it. And how that whole conversation was started from that moment. You have them same type of moments, except they only happen in the film room with your offensive skill positions. Jahan Dotson had to have a conversation with the wide receiver coach and probably Sirianni and Patullo as well for Jaden to have confidence to pull that trigger like that when you had Smitty wide open on the other side.
Yeah.
So
did you see the conversation they had on the sideline?
Exactly. You have to have confidence. You have to get to that point. And I think that's what people miss. They're not going to see. You're not going to see all of the buddy stuff always on the sideline. It don't work out that way. That's why everybody crashing out because, you know, Jalen and AJ Brown ain't arm in arm all the time. You don't know what they do inside the building. You know what I mean? So it manifests on the field the way it's supposed to manifest on the field. Period. If you don't like it, you'll be mad by yourself. As long as they get on the field, now I have supreme confidence that the next time Jalen Hurts goes deep, he can go deep to Smitty, he can go deep to AJ, he can go deep to Dallas, and he can go deep to Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, Dotson is officially a deep threat for this team.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, if it wasn't for an underthrown ball in the Super Bowl, he would have scored the first touchdown.
Yeah, a beauty too. So
yeah.
I mean, no, you're right. Like the reality is
people think because a veteran gets discarded that they all of a sudden forgot how to play.
And yeah, I don't ever think it's that simple. Like I said about, you know, Spike Eskins, what he said earlier, it's not as simple as how he didn't do his job, so he's trying to clean up now. It's not as simple as a guy just can't play. Sometimes it is environment. Sometimes, you know, you gamble on players, you gamble on the wrong guy. How he even brought it up in his press conference. Said, listen, you take shots, you gamble,
take shots,
you risk, and you don't get to this level. You can't play at this level if you're scared to put your chips on the table. And that's why I love what Howie Roseman represents. Everything he does for this organization, everything Jeffrey Lurie has afforded this team. They've created this environment of perpetual shot taking. Yeah. Like
you never make the shots you don't take, bro.
Yeah, it's just funny. Bryce Harper never seen the first pitch he didn't like.
Facts.
And Steph Curry never saw a 3-point shot he couldn't make. So what you think about from that perspective, Howie Roseman, that's his mindset. There's not a deal. There's not a player. Get done. There's not a deal that he thinks he can't get done. Facts. There's not a Super Bowl roster you can't convince him he can't make. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the right attitude to have.
He's done it twice.
And people
three times actually.
People tend to think that every pick got to be an all-pro. Just because somebody doesn't make it to the Pro Bowl doesn't mean it was a bad pick.
And guess what, right?
So,
to your point, let's say hypothetically speaking, you never know how this thing goes, but Keely Ringo hasn't been playing well. Just to bring it full circle. He lost the job to Jaire Alexander. Jaire Alexander is playing very well on the outside. Quinyon and Cooper doing their thing, right? And let's just say we're in a crucial game in the playoffs. You know, defense has to get a crucial stop after you punt the ball. Your gunners are out there. Keely Ringo forces a fumble on a punt return. You get the ball
now
back.
what?
You get the ball back.
Exactly.
You clinch the game. Game over. All it takes is one play.
One play
to change how people view you. A perfect example.
Avonte Maddox.
Avonte Maddox wasn't talked about at all year long.
Man,
as a matter of fact, they said
in the Super Bowl. All you got to do is be at the right place at the right time. And what do I always say, Tone? When your opportunity presents itself, you got to make the most of it. Because if he doesn't make that play, if he drives on the ball and misjudges it or something, and they get that first down or however it would have played out, it's a totally different conversation. But he made the play when he had to make it, and that's the only thing people remember. If Jahan Dotson doesn't catch that ball, they're totally different conversation. If who was it? What's the other receiver we used to have? That dropped the ball against the Commanders.
Are you talking about Quez?
Quez Watkins. If Quez Watkins catches that ball, he might still be on the team. If
Quez catches that ball in the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? But that's why you make these moves at the deadline, right?
You make those moves.
You want to bring guys in.
But to your point, it's a layered conversation, and you never know when somebody's numbers are going to be called, and you never know how it's going to manifest. That's a good example talking about Keely Ringo on special teams, especially with us, the special teams this year. Who thought the first play Jalen Carter was going to make was going to be on a damn field goal block?
Let's put it in perspective. Your defense. Your special teams in the playoffs last year directly generated you 2 touchdowns on 2 separate.
Yeah, I know Quez Watkins is back here, but he ain't playing.
So. Like let's keep it G. Your special teams opening kickoff wild card round. Green Bay, what they do? Oren Burks forced fumble.
Yep.
Sets up what? The Jahan Dotson touchdown catch.
Yep.
2 guys that you brought in from the outside. Oren Burks forces the fumble, sets you up. Jahan Dotson catches the first touchdown of the playoffs. I take it a step further. Commanders game. Special teams. Will Shipley forces a fumble on the kickoff. Eagles get the ball back with less than 2 minutes left. They score again. They double dip. So now they are big. Like the special teams, they made plays in the playoffs. They made plays
when we needed it. If you take them plays away, different conversation.
It's a different look. So that's why
Broad Street is a little bit cleaner.
Exactly. You know, so Keely Ringo, Jaire Alexander may have taken that role, and we don't know what Jaire Alexander is going to be. We don't know what Michael Carter's going to be either. But the reality is, as long as you out there and you getting snaps, you got an opportunity to be the one to make the play, and that's why you make the trades you make, right, to set yourself up for the playoffs, so you can have the right guys in the building to make the play when it's time to make the play. And bringing it the Jaylen Phillips way, Jaylen Phillips is a closer. He's a guy that can wreck a game. He's the kind of guy that you want in the playoffs. With these quarterbacks you got coming up, you got Jordan Love, you got
now we got 2 on the defensive line. Technically 3, depending on what Jordan Davis does.
Jalen Carter and Jaylen Phillips are your legit home run hitters on the line. They're your home run hitters.
Problems.
And not many teams have 2. You have 2 home run hitters, one on the edge, one on the interior. One of those guys are going to get double teamed at any given point.
Yep.
So that leaves one-on-ones for Nolan Smith, who's a minute.
Somebody got to
win.
Somebody got to eat.
Somebody got to win.
So that puts us in a great situation again, because before all of the pressure was on, not pressure, but all of the focus was on Jalen Carter because every game Jalen Carter played his first 2 years, he needed a double team to contain. Now you got two guys like that. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, when somebody needs a break, oh, here come 55 talking his talk.
That's what I'm saying. You got
this when you thought it was safe.
And Jalen Hunt ain't afraid as well. Jalen Hunt's a guy that's he's hitting his stride. He's a guy that plays with confidence. This team got a lot of swagger.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we didn't even say Jihaad Campbell's name. We didn't even say Zach Bond or
we ain't even make it to the linebackers yet. They still got to deal with the defensive line.
I don't think
with that defensive line and N'Kobe, man, listen.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
So you better stop playing with me. Because folks, I gotta wait to see it. But all I'm looking for is no hitches. I don't want to see nobody limping. None of that. Jalen Carter done had all the rest he needs. Brother, you got to come out on fire.
Yeah, everybody should be good. Like,
remind everybody.
With all due respect, everybody should be good. That injury report should be empty. Like, I mean, no harm.
What Jay-Z say? I think I need a little reminder. Yeah, that's Jalen Carter. Remind everybody why you was that dude last year.
Yeah, what Jaylen Phillips being added to the fold, what it does for everybody else is ridiculous.
The whole thing with Jaylen Phillips, man, and when I saw that interview with him and John
Clark,
yeah, first thing I said was
he big as shit.
He knows somebody.
What you mean?
He already got the relationship with Vic Fangio. That is so important. He ain't got to learn nothing.
That was his best production, by the way.
Plug and play
under Vic. His best production came under Vic.
He was the only one that realized that Vic had them at a number 10 defense in the league. And everybody was down there talking smack. Jalen Ramsey. Now
I think Bradley Chubb was complaining too.
Yeah, I ain't seen that success since Vic left. But the truth be told, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Vic didn't want to be there anyways. Vic went to Miami because he honored his word. And Miami, he told Miami yes before the Eagles asked. If the Eagles would have asked first, he would have ended up, we'd have been had Vic Fangio. But he honored his word, was down there for 2 years or whatever it was. Then he dipped.
He was done for a season. He's done it for a year, for a season.
Yeah. So that's why that happened. And that's more credit to his personality and his scruples. You know what I mean? So, but the fact that Jaylen Phillips, that's the first thing he mentioned. You know, I'm back with my coach. I'm like, man, listen. That's what I call plug and play.
Jaylen Phillips knew when Vic got there, like what he was able to do in that scheme. He was like, oh no, this worked for me. He was eating.
Jaylen Phillips wasn't at the beach.
He had like
he was at
what was it? He had like 6.5 sacks in 8 games. He was going crazy.
He was handling his business.
Yeah.
And now you right back in the same spot with a better team. So how old is he? 26?
Yeah.
Man, listen.
He's 26. He's as healthy as he's ever been.
Who was at that ask Howie, like, are you gonna try to re-sign him and all this and all that? I was like, man, Howie ain't gonna answer that damn question.
Exactly. Howie's like, look, we're not doing any re-signings in the season. We're not. He hasn't done an in-season re-signing since 2021.
No, unless he just beasts on everybody.
Because remember, he in season he re-upped Josh Sweat, Jordan Mailata, and there was somebody, Avonte Maddox, and Dallas Goedert. He re-upped those four guys, and they were all part of the same draft class, I think.
Right.
So, nonetheless, the Eagles weren't the only team that made some moves. Let's transition to another team in the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys made a couple trades. The first trade, they
got that linebacker.
They got the linebacker from Cincinnati.
Yep.
They sent a 2026 7th-round pick to Cincinnati for Logan Wilson, Logan Wilson is a serviceable linebacker. He's not elite by any stretch, but he's been in this league for a while. He can play.
Correct.
Logan Wilson is 29 years old. He's been in the league for 5 years. Went to the University of Wyoming. Was drafted in the 3rd round.
Well, welcome to the circus.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Now,
welcome to the circus.
The big news was Quinyon Williams. Quinyon Williams, all pro, Pro Bowler, had double-digit sacks, had a double-digit sack season with the Jets. I mean, he's been known as one of the best D tackles in the league. He is a client of Nicole Lynn, who is also the agent of Jalen Hurts and Jihaad Campbell. But Quinyon Williams was traded to the Dallas Cowboys. Quinyon Williams got sent to the Dallas Cowboys for a 2027 first-round pick, a 2026 second-round pick, and Mozzie Smith. So,
oh man, the jokes with Mozzie Smith are so funny.
So they were able to move on from the first-round bust that is Mozzie Smith,
and well deserved.
But they also sent one of their first-round picks from the 2027 draft, so they still have 2 first-round picks in 2026.
Here's the question: is Quinyon Williams better than Micah Parsons?
That is the question you have to ask yourself, right? You know,
that's the question.
Here's my thing, right?
Because you could have kept Micah Parsons in all of those picks.
Because look, they got Kenny Clark next to Quinyon Williams. That's, in my opinion, that is a dominant interior. That's a dominant 1-2 punch, in my opinion. But they still can't cover. They're still getting lackluster production from the edge as well. And here's my problem with the Cowboys. They always operate like a team that lacks self-awareness. They never operate from a place of where they actually are. You know, the Cowboys are a team that believes they're one thing and everybody else is telling them, no, this is who you are. This is who you've been. Right. Traded for Quinyon Williams, and he's currently under contract. He's going to be under contract for the next 2.5 years with the Cowboys, 2.5 seasons. But I don't see how this moves the needle for Dallas in the macro.
Right.
I don't see it, because I don't think they're going to be competitive in the way they want to be in time.
That ain't got nothing to do with their offense, like that offense was,
or in this window they created. Right. I mean, I firmly believe they're operating off of the Dak Prescott contract window. Right.
Correct.
And it makes the most sense why they've been so hesitant to just pull the plug and just rebuild this thing, right? But when you got Dak Prescott under contract, who signed a 4-year, $240 million deal, making $60 million a year, right? you guaranteed him $231 million of the $240, which is crazy. You know, he won't be a free agent until 2029. So 2025, the currencies we're in, 26, 27, 28. You have 4 more seasons. You have 3.5 more seasons of Dak Prescott, which comes after the Quinyon Williams contract ends. And by then, Dak Prescott is going to be 35 years old. I'm sorry.
Ooh, really?
Yes. Actually, when he's a free agent, he'd be 36. But the reality is, when they're not going to be able to, they're not winning a Super Bowl in the next 3 years. They're not. Now, they've shown an ability to put up these big numbers on these teams, right? But when you actually look at their schedule and look at who they beat the Giants before they put in Jackson Dart. They beat the New York Jets, and they beat the Commanders. They've lost to the Eagles. They've lost to the Bears. They tied with the Packers. They lost with the Panthers. They lost to the Broncos, lost to the Cardinals. They're not a good football team. They're losing to teams that are better than them, and they're beating teams.
They're supposed
barely
to beat.
beating teams that they're supposed to beat, and they're still losing to teams they're supposed to beat. They were supposed to beat the Panthers. They were supposed to beat, in my opinion, even the Bears or the Cardinals. They didn't. right?
See, Sailing, yes, we are live, bro.
In both of those games, the offense didn't show up. But you see a game where the offense put up 40 points, 40 points here, 37 points there, 44 points there. Their highs are high on offense, but their lows are low. And they're just not a good football team. And Quinyon Williams, in my humble opinion, does not push them forward. Is your defense technically better with him? Yes. Yes, it is. But
he can be neutralized like anybody else.
Like anybody, yeah. And honestly, when you can't cover, what difference do it make?
Exactly. That.
You can't cover. Trevon Diggs is dealing with some phantom concussion that we don't know what's going on with him. Who else?
Then, as usual, they're not as good as they think they are.
They're not. But this is what he does. This is what Jerry Jones does.
And he's not going to get penetration on every play. So
he's reactionary.
Yeah.
His moves always feel like a keeping up with the Joneses type of move. No pun intended. It always seems like they're just trying to make a move, just make sure their name is still in the mix. Not a winning move, but a PR move. Like you need help in your DB room.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Deron Bland because was he just the luckiest guy in the world with them 6 pick sixes last year?
They paid him and he has not played well.
Nope.
They paid Trevon Diggs. He barely has played enough for the contract. Barely played on the contract.
Ain't it funny when you get your money and all eyes are on you? They see all of them warts, all of them.
Now they are going to get DeMarvion Overshawn back this season. He's a good player, but what will he be after that injury he dealt with? His knee was blown out. So we'll see.
That's a good point.
He's a good player though when he's on, but who will he be at this juncture after the injury? So I think the Cowboys, their roster is a tad better than what it's been shown to us. On offense, they got weapons. They should be able to run the ball. They should be able to pass the ball. Like that's why when they did what they did against the Cardinals, I'm like, okay, the offense can't even get a day off because the defense can't get a stop. So the offense got to be on all the time. Offense can't even come in and kind of struggle a bit. Defense that defense is so bad.
And you know what? That what's his name? Was it Williams? Is that the running back's name?
Javonte Williams. He was with the Broncos.
He pretty good.
Yeah,
he's pretty good. But to me, this right here is why Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts.
Break it down.
Because if that was us, we still running the ball. But it's Dallas and that, and they got to keep throwing. They got to throw. Well, maybe that's not a good example because they had to throw because Arizona was whooping their ass. That's why they had to throw. They was down by 2 touchdowns.
By the way, Trevon Diggs is on IR with a concussion and a knee.
Oof, that knee must be bad.
And Miles Sanders is on IR as well. I didn't even know. He was dealing with the knee and the ankle.
Man, poor Miles. Miles ain't been the same since he left.
A lot of people
since he went to Carolina.
They're just not a good football team. And Quinyon Williams, I don't think Quinyon Williams is for as talented as he is. I think you gotta have people around you.
I just can't do it on his own.
I just think it gets swallowed up by the dysfunction that exists within the organization.
I agree. Now here's what I do want to see, and I'm just going to assume I've never really paid attention to too many press conferences with Quinyon Williams.
He's a very good player.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as far as I don't know what his personality is like.
Oh,
is he a no nonsense guy? Is he a jokey dude?
He's that. He's that. He's a joke.
Like a jokester.
He's more of a jokey guy.
Because I would really see how a great Pro Bowl player, how they take to the circus down
all
there.
pro player.
Yeah, how they take to the circus down there. Because and I keep saying this, eventually they'll get there. But what it's going to take is somebody that's going to go down there and literally be like, if y'all don't quit all of this bullshit, We don't know. We ain't doing this no more. Because that's all it's gonna take for Dallas to get right. But it's gonna take somebody strong because they gotta be able to stem off that Kool-Aid. And that's gonna be very, very difficult to do. That's why I asked what his personality like. Because if you jokey, you can ingratiate yourself with everybody. You hanging with everybody as opposed to bucking the system. Because that's what they need in Dallas. Somebody to go down there and like, hold on, stop it. Jaire, I know you the boss. If you don't like me, cut me.
I don't think Quinyon Williams
is that dude.
Not even trying to be disrespectful. Quinyon.
No, that's why I asked the question.
He just got his bag. He's a leader. He's a leader at what he does. He got traded there. Dak is still the quarterback.
Right.
How much of a system can he really buck? Now, if they didn't have a quarterback and they quite literally lacked a figurehead or lacked any kind of leadership, I could see that.
Like look at somebody like Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett strikes me like he seems like a personable dude, but he strikes me as the type of guy that when it's time to get down to business, is he about business?
Yeah.
So
too bad Cleveland sucks because he's made for Cleveland.
Oh Lord.
Like we need to see that guy on the biggest stage. We need to see that guy in the playoffs.
It is a shame. He gonna go into the Hall of Fame as a Cleveland Brown.
That's his choice. That's his choice. I'm sorry.
He gonna be in the he gonna sit in the same row as Dan Marino and them. All them great players.
Who's that offensive lineman? That offensive lineman that was he a Brown? Team was terrible, but he was fantastic. Joe Thomas, is that what it is?
I think it is.
Joe Thomas. He's gonna be another Joe Thomas.
Yeah, they're gonna all be sitting in the same row.
An elite guy that just collected his money and just.
And the bad part of it is that he signed that deal right before he turned 30. And it's like, oh, that's the magic number too. When you're talking about getting your paper. So now, and this was your last chance. This was your last chance to get up out of there. Now, the Browns had a no trade clause, but still entertain that conversation for as much as you can. But you stuck like Chuck now, bro. You better hope they play Shador, or you better hope Shador is good, or you better hope through the last 6-7 years that they finally hit on a number one quarterback. That's the other part of this. They still can't draft a damn quarterback to say they like. And then you probably gonna have a new coach next year. So I love how the comps to what's going on here in Philly play out to the point where you see how good Howie Roseman is. You see what kind of owner Jeffrey Lurie is. And this is the thing I keep saying. They wish they had our problems. So everybody else can y'all talk. Go ahead. Kick out y'all rankings. Who's top 10? Leave us out. Continue to disrespect Jalen. Your opinion. Everybody got one. Go ahead, give yours out. You know how that works. But guess what? We'll just keep on winning. We'll just keep on throwing our 170 yards in a game.
Look, the reality is because you have people who are competent at their jobs, it's hard for the masses to give the personnel on his team their just due because of the organization they're a part of. And I'm sorry, I can't slight somebody because they're a part of a functional. That's like getting mad at your homie saying, "Man, the reason you do well in school is because you got both parents." It's like, I mean,
what was that? Wasn't that a Everybody Loves Chris episode?
I don't know. I don't know. But it's like, what kind of reason? What kind of justification is that for? You know what I mean? Like trying to slight somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Jalen Hurts not good. He only good because how we do his job. Damn. Well,
hey, Fanny and Cody's nuts. We gonna get to these super chats in a minute, but I wanted to show this one from Alex.
Pershane half. Quinyon pressure rate per year 2022 13.4%. Pressure rate 2023 16.3 pressure rate. 2024 12.0%. in 2025, 8.0 pressure rate. Wow. He did it just in time to get paid. And here's the thing, right? He's actually having one of his worst years.
Correct.
As of right now, from a production standpoint, he only has 1 sack through 9 games played. And again, years prior to this, he was a menace. So
Also, let's not forget when you get. This is what I always say. Stats don't lie, but they do deceive. Because the one thing that you can't see in these numbers is who is he playing with? What kind of stats were they putting up?
Is he being?
Because there's always guys like him. There's always somebody to the left or to the right who is just as good and making him look better, but that guy doesn't get credited.
It's funny because
that guy does not get his flowers.
And it's so funny you said that because Quinyon Williams is he played with Bryce Huff at one point next to him.
Yep.
And remember, Bryce Huff had that 10 sack season.
Mm.
But Quinyon Williams is like best seasons were 2020 where he had 7 sacks, 2021 where he had 6, 2022 when he had 12 sacks. And that's when he's a Pro Bowler and All Pro. And then he was a Pro Bowler 2 more years after that. So he was a Pro Bowler for 3 consecutive years, 2022, 2023, 2024. In those seasons, he put up 12 sacks, 5.5, and 6 sacks. So D tackles, if you get in 5 or 6 sacks from a D tackle consistently a season, that's honestly Hall of Fame. Like,
yeah,
because D tackles aren't sack guys.
Yes, the edges are usually the ones getting to the quarterback.
But the fact that 2021 7 sacks, 2020 7 sacks, 2021 6 sacks, 2022 12, 2023 5.5, 2024 6. He's been going crazy from 2020 to 2024. 2025, he's having a real down year. Now, granted, he has 9 games left to produce. But he's just not having that same impact. But like you said, is he being double teamed, triple teamed? Like who is he playing with? There's so many variables that go into that. Look, playing next to Kenny Clark, Quinyon Williams is going to be productive. Like he's going to do good things. He's going to do good things.
Absolutely. But is it going to be enough?
Is it going to be enough? That's what it boils down to. So another move that happened, and this is perfect. With Fanny's bringing up here, she says
she made edge, not cornerback.
Right. Phillips is a good trade for the edge, and he was cheap. Does this make him a try it before you buy it deal? So absolutely. Or is he going to be long term? Well, if I'm the Eagles,
Howie ain't stupid.
Yeah.
Howie ain't stupid, and if he's as good as we think he is, he'll show up.
And the Eagles already have leverage. No matter what he does this year, I think the Eagles still have the leverage.
Yeah,
because they could say, all right, well, you got an injury history though, so we're gonna have to lace this contract up a little bit. You know what I mean? Eagles are always gonna give you money up front. That's one thing. That's one thing the Eagles never gonna have a problem with. They're always gonna give you money up front.
Or if he balls out and he wants to bounce, we get drafted.
That's cool too. I mean, look, the thing is, this is all about maximizing an opportunity now. If he balls out, you get a Super Bowl. I don't care what he do.
You don't care. You don't want to stay with Vic.
I don't care. Listen, sometimes when you get that production from a certain coach, or when you're productive with a certain coach, I can imagine how addictive it is. When you know a guy when you're with the guy that understands how you tick.
I would like to see where you look at all of the quarterbacks that are plus 30.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many of those quarterbacks have Super Bowls? Because now you're talking about a contingency of QBs in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They ring chasing.
Mm-hmm.
So they tend to do some crazy stuff that you would normally do because they trying to be the next Kevin Durant. They going from place to place, trying to find themselves on a better squad to do what they got to do. Okay. But how many teams are you going to find yourself where you can, this is it. This is it. I got my best opportunity for a ring with this team. Let me be honest with you. I thought for sure somebody would have been calling Howie Roseman for Tanner McKee.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe he just said nope.
2 first-round picks and Tanner McKee to the Browns for Miles Garrett.
Listen, I'm telling you, the Bengals and the Browns made a call to the Eagles. I know they did.
Yeah.
I know for a fact they did. But here's the thing, right? When you're the Eagles, you hold all the cards. You hold the cards.
Yeah, you do.
And you know, and real quick, Cody, no, Vic didn't draft Jaylen Phillips Miami. He didn't draft him, by the way. Let's see. Overall, though, man, I'm just super excited to see what this production is going to look like from Jaylen Phillips and Vic Fangio, and I'm super excited, man.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of this break so we can get to getting.
Yeah,
I need to see practice tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick though, the Colts made a move. The Jets didn't just get. The Jets didn't just move on from Quinyon Williams.
I'm a fan of Irsay's daughter, man. I'm a fan. I'm gonna call myself a fan right now. I like the move she's making.
Yeah, I like the move she's greenlighting for sure.
Because I'm saying it from the standpoint of, she was catching hell when she was on that sideline when she first started doing that. And she's a woman off the sideline. She don't know what she's doing. And
she's a woman. Listen, there were people in the organization that I'm sure
didn't want her there.
Did not want her there. Did not want wanted the keys to get passed to them. There's always somebody who is so-called the right-hand man to the to the deceased.
The man sitting next to the man.
And
somebody salty.
And the kid comes in and shakes things up, and they act like they want to help you transition, but in reality, they're just trying to get you to pass the keys to them. But she's been very hands-on, and you got to give credit where credit's due for her to really fully immerse herself into this NFL world.
And she's been hands-on the right way, dude. She ain't coming and trying to shake everything up and
I really feel like she's letting
it should be done, man. You sit back, you watch, and then you make informed decision. You're not just trying to shake it up just to say you shaking it up because you're the new owner. You're trying to be insightful. You're trying to figure out what works. You're trying to figure out, and this is the important thing, in my opinion, you figuring out what not to do.
Yeah, and what you don't know. I think it's important. I think the most important thing that probably hasn't been discussed when it comes to her is that in order for her to operate the way she's been operating, and we are giving her flowers for operating the way she's been operating, but for her to move the way she's been moving, she must have a true set of confidants, people that she really relies on to pull her in the right direction, see things she's not seeing.
Right.
Her close-knit team. I ain't talking about the people that just work for her. I'm talking about I'm talking about when everybody go home at night, the 2 or 3 people she in the room with just sitting at her desk with talking. Those people, you can tell that they're guiding her and really putting her in positions to succeed. You know what I mean? It feels like it feels like the organization's on one accord.
I agree.
Even if there's somebody who wants a different outcome, it still seems like the organization as a whole is under one accord. And it just so happens that this organization is experiencing the most success they've experienced since the Peyton Manning era, or maybe the Andrew Luck era. Who knows? So for them to trade for Sauce Gardner, for them to trade for that player, and he's not having his best year right now, but the Jets have been struggling, so that can affect your play. For them to trade for Sauce Gardner amidst the season they're having,
with one of the best offenses in the league, and now you got a defense to match,
and they paid attention to what the Eagles did last year.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay attention, if you really look at the way they're built, the Colts are kind of built like the Eagles.
Yeah.
So they believe, based off that move, they can win it all. They've assessed the landscape. They've assessed everything they've done this year, and they've asked themselves. They've had to ask themselves: is this shit sustainable? Is the bottom going to fall out from Daniel Jones? Now he's coming off of one of his worst games. We'll find out who he is. After
or
this.
if they get hit by the injury bug like everybody else,
or the injury bug. But having Sauce Gardner at corner, if you lose one of those other corners, you're cool. You know what I'm saying? So, and they did trade one of their wide receivers. I will admit that, but they still got Michael Pittman. They still got the kid at tight end who's really good. I forget his name. TJ Warren, Tyler Warren.
yeah.
So he's really good. They got the running game.
Sauce came up too, man. You moving from New York to Indiana. Your price, the cost of living is about to go drastically down, bro.
And he just got paid. He just got
about
paid.
to go drastically down. You good, dude.
Quinyon just
Save
got
all
paid.
that tax money.
Yeah, like so I like what the Jets are doing. I like what the Colts did as well. You know, you can't really get mad at it.
No. They in the driver's seat right now. They one of the best teams in the league, hands down.
Yeah, for sure.
Hands down.
For sure. Let's recap what happened this Sunday or this past Sunday. Because, man, oh man, some things happened that I did not foresee. Make sure I got this right here. Okay.
Yeah, Remock. Sixers up 45-27.
The Sixers are so fun to watch right now. I've watched every game. I've watched every game. They're so fun to watch right now, dog. But like after I get off from here, I've been enjoying them so much that I haven't I've been starting the games from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Not just hopping in midway through the game or third quarter, fourth quarter. I've been starting to move from the beginning. Because I just love watching. I love watching Maxey and VJ play it. Like I love that roster. I love the Sixers roster. I'm sorry. Like, who's the guy they have? I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent right now, y'all. I'm supposed to be pulling up these scores, but I'm very intrigued by that Sixers roster. Right? They got my man. Who's the dude I like?
Kelly Oubre, Edgecombe.
Kelly Oubre's having a season right now. Quentin Grimes is playing well, but Jared McCain came back tonight. I'm curious to see how he played. But dog, I'm telling you this right now. I like the kid. I like the guy Trendon Watford.
Yeah,
Trendon Watford and Adam Bona. Dog, Adam Bona. I like the energy he plays with.
I'm with you, bro. They are fun to watch again, and you ain't got to worry about, you still got to worry about it, but not as much as it used to be. I ain't got to worry about Embiid trying to cross people over from the perimeter. Like, bro, get your big ass down low and dunk on somebody, please. Stop playing.
I'm gonna be honest, man. They gotta. I'm a little nervous when Paul George come back because they paying him a lot of money, and he's gonna have to, if he wants to be on this floor, he's got to play the 4.
Yeah,
he's got to play the 4 because Maxey's playing the 1, VJ's playing the 2, and it makes sense with their skill set. Ouber's playing the 3 right now, and he's been a mid. This is where things are gonna get real spooky. The production you're getting from Kelly Oubre is what you should be getting from Paul George.
Absolutely, and he know that.
And if Paul George, when he come back, he's going to be under the most pressure when he comes back.
He gonna have to put it down.
This team is playing well, and they
gonna have to put it down because you are taking production off the floor, and he's not coming off the bench like Oubre is synced in.
Right, and he's not coming off the bench. And how can you tell Oubre to go to the bench when he be playing? He's playing as well. You can't.
So the Sixers are gonna have to eat that money. If it ends up being more wins, so be it. If he don't like it, they'll trade him and get something else for him. But
it'd be hard to get that not with that contract. It'd be tough to trade him. It'd be tough.
Which means he's gonna have to sit on that bench and take his medicine because there's somebody in the game that's more productive than you.
The only way he's on the field, the only way if we want the lineup to kind of maintain the integrity it has to play the 4. He has to play power forward.
Nick Nurse is gonna play around with it. Why?
You're gonna have to.
Why?
But in my opinion, play
around with it.
You gotta play through Mac. The way this offense, they run through Maxey and Edgecombe. Everybody else, you get in when you fit in. In my opinion, that's how they should play. That in this new guard centered NBA now. I think that's, bro. He is having
he just hit a fadeaway jumper like, ugh, it was nasty.
I love that brother. I love that brother. Real quick though, before we get out of here, let's get to these. Let's recap what happened in week 9. And kind of get the gist for where we are here.
Yeah, I gotta get my picks up because with all my issues last week, I forgot to make my chart and get my win-loss record up. I gotta get all that stuff up to date. I'm behind.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Okay. I just had to get in order who I picked and who I didn't pick. So Ravens at Dolphins. Ravens at Dolphins. I had the Ravens winning that game, and that's exactly what happened. Let's see here. All right, Bears at Bengals. That game was nuts. That game was crazy. I know you were sick watching that game.
Damn it! And did not pick the Bengals and then switch back to the Bears.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did.
Joe Flacco throws for 457. Boy, the Browns got to be sick right now.
Man,
letting him go. He threw for 457 on a bum shoulder
for 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
He lit him up.
He did.
At 40 years old.
But the Bengals, I know that defense is awful. Awful. They gave up over 500 yards again.
Yo, we had the game with 32 seconds left, bro, and they couldn't keep him out of end zone for 30 seconds.
They got beat by a tight end. That was a tight end. That was close to
tight end because can't nobody tackle. Everybody want to come in and make the hit. Nobody want to wrap up.
That was ugly. It was nasty, man.
Brown, what's his name? Sidney Brown's brother?
Oh, Chase Brown. Yo.
Chase Brown? Did you see his comment?
Yes, I did. Yo, he said when we score, when we take the lead, go out there and finish the fucking game. Like, yo, that Canadian came out. Yo, Sidney Brown and the Brown twins. They not for play. They hockey boys. They grew up playing hockey.
So they're Canadian. That's right.
Yeah, they're Canadian. They got a different energy. I watched this little mini doc about their transition from Canada to, the United States and everything, and going to school in Florida and whatnot. Like, they crazy for real. You ever notice, like, when Sidney's on the field, he kind of is a different guy than he is in them interviews.
Yeah,
interviews, he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? You can kind of feel the intensity if you listen close enough. But he's a nice guy, man. On the football field, Sidney, he moved like he from North Philly. He crazy. So Chase Brown saying after the game, I'm not even mad at him. And then you heard Jamar Chase say, "Listen, man, let me not even tell somebody." He said, let me not say nothing, man, because I don't want nobody coming over here telling me how to play wide receiver. So
he 100% right. But I tell you what, man,
he right though. But he was saying it without saying it.
What that shows me is all y'all people out there bitching because AJ Brown made a couple tweets. Shut up. Shut it all the way down. I don't want to hear it. And if you still want to bitch about it, you just as thin-skinned as all these other ones. Stop with that. Hand in your Philly card, because Philly's supposed to be thick-skinned, not thin-skinned and sentimental and temperamental and sensitive. And hell no. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah,
be gone.
And Chase Brown, I mean, he's not having an elite season right now. But, last year he had a pretty good year. He played in 16 games, had 229 carries, 990 rushing yards, averaged over 4 yards a carry, 7 rushing touchdowns. His best production has come since Flacco has gotten there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a factor he's also a factor in the passing game. So, like, in 2024, this dude had over 1,200 yards, had over 1,300 yards in total yards, and had 11 touchdowns on the season. Like, Chase Brown is a player. He could play. And right now on the season, he has 621 total yards, 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? He's averaging like over 4 yards a play, close to 5 yards a play. Like, he's a very solid player. And he's fed up, bro. He said, "Finish the fucking game."
Man, my city, man.
He played well yesterday too. He
just can't have nice things, bro. We just can't.
Chase Brown had 19 touches. He had over 100 yards.
My city, bro. Well, we ain't been right since we ain't been right, man.
bro.
So, Katie's mom, nobody's whining about AJ is from Philadelphia. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. If you're from Philly and you listen to sports talk radio in this city, there are plenty of people from this city that bitch moan and complain about that because they listen to these nuts on the radio.
Hey,
Yes, there is people from Philly.
Kataya, maybe you not. Maybe you not. Maybe you not around nobody that's talking crazy about AJ. Because
we hear it. We hear it every day.
Because I'm with you on that. I'm around people that love AJ Brown. My mom love AJ Brown. Like my dad love AJ Brown. I don't know nobody around me that don't like AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying? So Kataya, like I'm with you as far as like ain't nobody around me whining about him. So that begs the question: where are these provocateurs? Because when you actually talk to people, they ain't got nothing bad to say about AJ Brown. They may say, wish the tweet slow down a bit, but they ain't not jumping out the window. But when you're on social media, you see otherwise. So you realize a lot of this stuff is just narrative. It's just stuff that's being pushed by being pushed by, the machine. The reality is when you actually talk to people, they ain't got nothing but good things to say about AJ Brown.
Hey, Fanny, I'm from Ohio. I'm from Cincinnati, so I have every right. That's my hometown. So
yeah, my in-laws from Dayton, Ohio.
It is what it is. Dayton, right up the street, man. I used to go party at Dayton, bro, when I was in college. One of my frat brothers lived up in Dayton. I used to go up there. We would go to Dayton, or we would go to like a party at Central State, hook up with frat brothers up there and stuff like that. Yeah, Ohio's home.
Yeah, man.
Are you from Dayton? Okay.
Yeah,
Fanny, I went to Princeton. I went to Princeton High School in Cincinnati. Class of 88.
Yeah, I got my little Ohio ties now as well through marriage. My father-in-law from Dayton, born and raised. Grandmother-in-law and grandfather-in-law from Dayton.
That's what's up.
I mean? So no, it's cool. I've been to Dayton a few times.
Skyline chili for everybody.
Unfortunately, like every time I went, it's been like really like rainy or like just nasty outside, or super cold. I ain't gonna lie though, I've gone to Dayton and let me just, you know what? I got love for Dayton. I'm gonna leave it at that. I got love for Dayton. Shout out to Dayton, Ohio. Shout out to anybody from Dayton, Ohio. I got love for y'all. We're right.
Oh my God.
I got love for Dayton. Little quaint, old Dayton.
Dayton right in the middle, man. Right in the middle. Cincinnati and Columbus. That's the midpoint.
For sure.
Dayton in Middletown.
All right, let's get to some of the rest of these games. All right, so we covered Ravens beating Dolphins, Bears beating Bengals. Vikings upsetting the Lions was not on my bingo card.
Got that wrong?
That was not on my bingo card at all. Got that all the way wrong. Vikings were in control of that game for a while, too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And again,
this Lions did not look good in that game at all.
Why? And they were home.
They're home. They go that same old going forward on fourth down.
Same thing for Green Bay. They're home. You're home. I'm looking at Green Bay. I'm looking at Detroit, and I'm like, y'all both lost to two teams who are gravely inferior to you, and you lost to them at home. Like, that's not something that you can allow happen, especially when you got the Eagles coming up and you're building next week if you're Green Bay. Yeah. That can't happen if you're Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Now, Detroit has 2 road games back-to-back coming up. They got the Commanders and they got the Eagles, and then they're home against Giants, home against Packers, home against Cowboys. So, like, Lions, you're going to get the Commanders game as a layup.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get a tune-up match before you come to Philly. But best believe, you better come correct. You better come correct. Like,
absolutely.
I remember when the Myron St. Brown said he wanted that smoke. You about to get it.
He got it. And guess what? They put the blueprint out on how to beat them.
Like,
because watch the blitz packages pick up on Jared Goff. They put the blueprint out.
You mean those same blitz packages that Jalen Hurts threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against? That same Brian Flores defense?
Mm-hmm.
That one?
That
one?
dude.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure that is the defense we're talking about, because
That's
I
the
know
one
a
we talking
quarterback.
about.
I know a quarterback that diced up that offense. I'm sorry, diced up that defense, diced up that secondary, diced up that blitz with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
So just saying, and this Eagles defense is picking up. And Jared Goff, he ain't running nowhere. He ain't outrunning nobody.
No.
Jordan Love, he ain't outrunning nobody. He ain't outrunning nobody either. So them adding Jaylen Phillips, and you getting Nolan back, and you added BG to the fold, Jalen Hunt, Josh Uche, and Jalen Carter. Like now, I'm telling you, this is going to be. We're going to find out a lot about this Eagles team. Don't get it twisted. But Jared Goff and Jordan Love, they better get smoked. Like, and you ain't got to be the one to say it, Coach. I'm gonna be the one that speak with all the bravado. You know what I mean? Put it all on me. What AJ say? I take the bullets if I gotta take the bullets. I take the arrows. You know what I mean? So I look at the Lions. I'm like, I don't believe you. I look at Green Bay and I'm like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Let's worry about Green Bay first.
Yeah, let's worry about Green Bay. Let's focus on
worry
Green Bay.
about
Jordan
Green Bay
Love.
first.
Jordan Love is the one they love, don't they? They love Jordan Love. They want to give him. They want to.
Let's just handle it. Jaylen Phillips, Jalen Carter, get your hands on him.
Did you notice every time they crown Jordan Love, every time he has that game where they're like, "This is the guy."
Yeah, this is what we've been waiting for.
The following game, what does he do?
Yeah, he lays an egg.
He shows you that. Oh, he's really not. I don't care how much talent a guy has. Talent is something that's untapped.
You saw they went on that soliloquy when they played Pittsburgh about him sitting behind Aaron Rodgers and all of that stuff.
Listen,
and yeah, okay.
They talk a lot about his talent, right? And my thing is, talent is nothing but a reservoir of untapped potential. So good players know how to tap into their potential, know how to tap into their talent at will. Well, I'm sorry, elite players. Elite players know how to tap into that reservoir at will. Then you have good players who only can tap into it on occasion. You got certain guys who tap into it on the biggest stages, a la Jalen Hurts. Jordan Love, I bet you he is more talented than Jalen Hurts. I bet you he is. But what difference does it make when you need him to be that guy? He can't outdo the guy in my city. Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions in the wild card round, Marcus, when Jalen Hurts threw none, and threw what? And had like 2 interceptions or I'm sorry, a touchdown or 2 touchdowns, whatever it was. I can't remember I can't remember.
Hey, what they say? Remember the Titans? Talent is talent is a product of leadership, Captain.
Look, the Packers, you had no business losing to the Panthers. None. We both got that wrong, and I ain't even mad about it.
Yeah, Marcus, great point by Marcus. Check this out. Flores blitzed 14 times when Gibbs was in the backfield. He only picked up 6. He can run, but he can't block.
Yes. And if you're getting home, you eliminate him actually as a weapon because
Flores picked that up quick time. Put him to the test.
Because they're going to have to max protect.
Correct.
And if you got Jahmyr Gibbs back to max protecting, that's one less weapon you have in the passing game.
And take it a step further. You can scheme the hot routes. You scheme the hot routes. So when you blitz, there's only one obvious place to go with the ball. And then you defend that area. So again, Brian Flores was great against them, not so much against us, but he put it on them. So he showed the blueprint. Watch everybody else do the same thing against Jordan Love.
Saquon blocked well in that game as well.
Yes, he did.
He blocked, like, that's another thing that doesn't get talked about. Yes, Saquon's been blocking well.
I still think Saquon is a little bit too high for somebody that's 6'2". Bro, get your hips down low, man. Because he comes up too high a little bit. And you can always tell when he's too high. Watch when he pass blocks, watch his head snap back.
If he's too high?
Because he's high. If a linebacker is coming And most linebackers are right around the 6'2", 6'3" area, so they're pretty much the same height. But when you stand there straight up and somebody's running towards you, when you run, you tend to lean over a little bit, so the defense is a little bit lower. And when somebody comes in and gets lower than you and put that helmet underneath your chin strap,
yeah, you rocking.
the head gonna snap back. So
Yeah.
where the head goes, the body will follow.
Yeah, I love what which King of Angmar says, and
I love that name, bro.
And I also love what Fanny said as well, right above that. Goff and Love are the type of quarterbacks where if you get to them early,
yeah,
they're gonna give you one. They're gonna give you one. Jordan Love is going to give you one. Goff, that running game was non-existent. And he was, and sure, he put up the passing yards, right? Because they couldn't run the ball, but they didn't. You don't want Jared Goff having to carry your offense. You don't want that.
And he did not want to run the ball at all.
Exactly.
He does not like doing that.
At all.
If you can force him out of the pocket, he running scared.
Eagles have 2 statues that they're going up against this upcoming weeks. And the line, Detroit and Green Bay, listen, you win some, you lose some. I don't expect everybody to win every game. I don't. But it's just certain games you just can't lose. Certain games you can't lose. And Detroit found a way to lose. I'm even willing to give Detroit a little bit of a pass because it's a rivalry game.
Nah.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. But if I had to give anybody an out, that would be the out. It's a rivalry game. You lost.
Those are the games where you're supposed to bring your best. So
I'm with you.
They don't get excuses.
I'm with you. Green Bay gets no excuse at all. That offense for another moment in the season couldn't even generate 20 points against a bad team. Like the Browns locked them down.
Yep.
Like you can't be a team that dropped 13 and then just drop 40. I don't like that. I don't like that. You got to at least be able to get 17. Anyway, Chargers at Titans. Chargers won. That game was interesting. Going into halftime, game was 20-17 at half. And fourth quarter, Chargers eventually pulled away. 27-20. Titans fought though. Titans fought, but not good enough. Falcons at Patriots. Patriots almost took an L. They lost 24-23. Falcons gave them every bit they can handle. But the Patriots look good, man. And Drake May is the guy. Drake May is a franchise quarterback. He's good.
They are finding themselves.
He's very good. Yeah. And this is what, year 2 for him?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how year 1, Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels was the talk of the town.
Just give it time, let it play itself out.
Yeah, of course. And Drake May, people felt like they saw it, but he didn't quite have that receiver yet. Did he give him stuff? He give him receiver stuff on Diggs.
We talked about developing and all of that type of stuff, man. Nobody develops. Quarterbacks just all they do is get comfortable.
And you got to give credit to McDaniel, Josh McDaniel. I mean, look, he's whatever dark magic he has going over there with the New England Patriots. That's the only organization.
That's a good way to say it too, dark magic, because that dude can find a job, bro. Oh.
He's the only, but he sucks everywhere else, which is hilarious.
Yep, as a head coach. Wasn't he in Cleveland for a minute? Didn't he coach in Cleveland? Wasn't he the head coach in Cleveland for a hot second?
I think he was going to take the job, but he never took it. I think he reneged on them.
Is that the one he reneged on?
I think he reneged on them and then took the Denver job. I think that's how that happened. But he almost became the OC for the Eagles, remember? Or the head coach. He almost became the head coach, excuse me.
Yeah.
And guess what? Jeffrey Lurie was the one that said, how we know.
Man, think about that. Like how many other options everybody was talking about when we hired Nick Sirianni? You could have got this guy, you could have got that guy, anybody but him. And now if it's hard to visualize anybody else in that position. And
people wanted Brandon Staley. People wanted Robert Saleh.
Yep. It's hard to imagine anybody else in that spot and us going and winning the Super Bowl. 2 out of 3 years.
Say what you want about Nick Sirianni. He knows how to stir the he knows how to stir the spoon in the cup.
Yep, you're right.
Say what you want about him. He knows how to not. I feel like there's a skill in not getting in the way. Knowing how to not get in the way is a skill.
Absolutely, and people didn't know what to make of that once they saw it, because they used to Andy Reid or Doug Peterson being hands-on, so they were looking for a specific thing and they didn't get it. And by the time they finally did get it, we was in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And just when everybody thought his luck was going to run off, now we in the divisional championship.
Yeah, and also I love what Tiffany just put up here. Sirianni comes from a family of coaches. His brother is there. Like he comes from a football family. Now they may not be the Mannings, but he comes from a football household, football family, coaching, knowing how to lead men.
Absolutely.
His dad was a coach. His brother's a football coach. Like he comes from that. And having siblings and so on and so forth, like just knowing how to conduct yourself with personalities larger than your own and playing college football himself at Mount Union is, like
he used to talk trash, bro.
If
you look at any of his tapes, he was talking mad trash.
And again, I understand Mount Union is not LSU, right? He's not an LSU legend, right? He's not a college football Hall of Fame. He doesn't have that kind of pedigree.
No, but Mount Union was a force in Division III, multiple championships. A chip is a chip.
That's true. That's true.
You play what's in front of you.
Exactly. So again, I just think when you strip away the pedigree of it all, yes. Nick Sirianni is a football lifer.
Correct.
He's a football lifer that doesn't get the respect he deserves for what he knows about the game.
Correct. For the same reason. They don't like the way he operates. They don't. There's always something that they can bitch about. I don't like the way he talks to the fans and he gets too involved. Your head coach shouldn't be doing all of that. I remember them conversations on the radio, just the same way it is with AJ now. They was bitching about Sirianni back then. And you guys have heard me say this before, and I always say I'm going to find it, but I still haven't found it. Back when I was with A2D Radio, I had my buddy on. Me and him played together in the World League. His name is Jim Ballard. He coached Sirianni at Mount Union. He was a quarterback. So he was a quarterback's coach up there. Mm-hmm. But obviously Sirianni being a receiver, he knew of him and coached him. He told me. He was like, dude, forget about the press conference. He said, trust me. He kept saying that. He said, just trust me. He was like, forget about it. He's like, I'm telling you, this dude is a winner. I know where he comes from. I know the family. This dude is a winner. And he was 100% right.
Wow.
And people still don't want to give him credit.
Wow.
People still don't want to give Sirianni credit for what he done. Remember all of that shit that people was talking? What does a CEO coach do?
All of a sudden, they don't know. All of a sudden. We've had CEO coaches in this league for a long, but people, the masses, the powers that be, they got picks.
Yeah,
they got picks. They choose who they want to crown. They choose who they want to be the butt of the joke. But guess what? At the end of the day, last time I checked, me and Sean McVay got the same amount of rings. I don't care. I don't care how many buttons on the calculator he could work than that I can't.
At the end of the day, everybody's still looking for the pretty girl.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Nobody wants to get deep. Nobody wants to, learn, see the personality and get to know everybody. Everybody want to add water and have instant success, instant head coach, instant Hall of Famer.
But that's what Sirianni wins
put in the work.
He wins at understanding personality.
Correct.
Understanding people. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the key. Just like Parcells did, just like Jimmy Johnson did, just like Dan Reeves did.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick had to know something. Well, not Belichick. Belichick just had Tom Brady.
Belichick.
Did you see what Belichick did when he ain't got Tom Brady?
He was not so
good.
I think Belichick
got the luck of the draw,
man. Because he's a defensive guy, so
Yeah, he got a 20-year-old girlfriend too. Go sit down somewhere, bro. Eat your prune juice, man. You embarrassing yourself. You ruining your own damn legacy.
Nah,
she gonna give you a Hall of Fame speech too.
I don't think he ruining his legacy. I don't.
Come on, man.
You know,
So,
you can't take what he you can't erase what he did.
no, you can't. You can't.
Because once it's all said and done, all that North Carolina stuff is just going to be a blip.
It's gonna be a blip. You're right, but still, it's not a good look.
No, it's not. It's not.
But in any case,
nonetheless, though, and I'm not even trying to cape for like Belichick. I'm not even a Belichick guy, but you know, I just think, you know, when you put in the work he's put in, the equity he's put in, you do what you want, bro.
You're right.
Listen, you old. You paid your dues, man. You old.
But I ain't gotta like it.
Nah, you ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta like it. But do what you want, man. You old. Do what you want.
AJ, 100%, bro. Say that again, but louder. The fact that Sirianni hasn't been nominated for Coach of the Year is.
But that's how you know. That's how you know. That's how you know the league has picks, because for as much as he's won,
they got their favorites.
Like, they got their favorites. They just don't like his style. They don't like Sirianni's style. They don't like Jalen Hurts' style. It's just that simple. Yep. Sirianni is like Sirianni is Italian. He's Italian as hell. So
big time.
So like he really listen. I don't know any other way to put this, and I don't want to profound us out. Sirianni don't give a fuck.
No, he don't.
He don't
do it
care.
And he'll do it his way.
He don't care. And he's going to say, fuck you in the process. Like, that's his personality.
His way. But you know what? You got to respect that, because how many times has somebody changed up for the wrong reason and it didn't work out? He's been the same guy. Saying, man, I should have went on ahead and did it the way I knew how to do it.
Mm-hmm. And, he's been the same guy. I don't care. I don't care what you say about him. He's been the same guy.
He getting results.
And being this flower power guy, they used to call him, he's just 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl win, 2 NFC championship trophies in it. Like, come on, man. He's dog. Anyway, Falcons 49ers at Giants. Niners took care of the Giants. Appreciate you. It was a good week for the Eagles, man. Very good week. They got a lot of work done on their day off.
Yeah.
The Colts shocked me and got manhandled by the Steelers. The Steelers jumped on them early. And
yeah, they did.
The Colts couldn't overcome 5 turnovers. I didn't anticipate 5 turnovers.
Gotta
3
finish the game.
interceptions and 2 fumbles lost by Daniel Jones.
Gotta finish the game.
That game is either going to learn from that game, or he going to just start pressing and become what we really know he is. You know what I mean? I think Daniel Jones right now is entering Sam Darnold territory, right? But Geno Smith was the first. Geno Smith was, let me not say the first, but the first as of late to be that guy to revitalize his career. Geno Smith is like the poster child for that, like in this era. Sam Darnold, he's become that. He's showing he's doing it again 2 years in a row. Now, when the playoffs start, different conversation. But
I was just about to say that. It's to the point now where I don't miss me with all of that. Let me see. You guys have been in the league long enough to know what really matters, and the regular season doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
When you played long enough, I want to see what you're going to do in the playoffs. Those are the same standards they hold against Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford.
That's a good point. Like, playoff success should be a narrative driver for all of these quarterbacks, all of these guys. Right now, we only talk about it when it comes to certain teams, certain players, because it drives the numbers up, the engagement up. But the reality is, Sam Darnold was drafted in the first round. Yo, no playoff wins, no nothing. Hey, Kyler Murray, you were drafted in the first round, #1 overall, I think, right?
Heisman Trophy winner.
No, Heisman Trophy winner. No playoff wins.
Nope.
You feel what I'm saying?
And you may have just got benched by Jacoby Brissett.
Exactly. Like, it gets to a point where, like, I don't care how crappy the city is from a sports standpoint. I don't care how small the market is. Yo, hold these. Hey, Trevor Lawrence. Yo, at least Trevor Lawrence got a couple playoff wins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He beat the Chargers. He beat the what else did he beat? I could have swore Trevor Lawrence got 2 playoff wins. Let me see.
He ain't got enough.
Trevor Lawrence. Okay, I'm sorry. He's 1-1 in the playoffs. He's 1-1 in the playoffs.
Tua's a good one. Absolutely.
Tua, Tua, yo, get a playoff win.
It was good until it wasn't.
Who else? Hey, Dak Prescott. I know
Justin
you was
Herbert.
listen, and here's another thing too, right? Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. He's overachieved.
Absolutely.
So I'll just make that clear. I'm not a Dak guy, and I just didn't mean not caping for him, but just keep that in perspective. He's a 4th-round pick.
Absolutely.
And he's done what he's done. But still, once you become the guy and they pay you, all right, your draft stock is completely it don't matter no more. Now you are who you are, and yo, you the money man. No sustainable playoff success. Jordan Love, I know he got to the party a little late because of the whole Aaron Rodgers transition, but
no excuses.
But listen, hey, okay, you got that iconic win against the Cowboys, but it's the Cowboys. We know they suck in the playoffs.
It's the same thing. What do you do in the postseason? That's the only thing.
You lost to the Niners in the playoffs. You turned the ball over 3 times against the Eagles in the wild card round. Like, at least Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? At least he's been to one.
Now we are in a situation where we can truly, at least for me,
Herbert, same thing. Like, get a playoff win.
I can truly say that the Eagles, we are now in a situation where I feel comfortable saying time to get into a situation where we can truly run it back, because all of the pieces are falling into place.
Like, seriously, put it simple. Jalen Hurts has 6 playoff wins.
6 and a Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts is 6-3 in the playoffs with a Super Bowl win and a Super Bowl MVP.
So that's 9 playoff games.
Jalen Hurts has played in 9 playoff games. He's been in the playoffs every year. He's been a starter. Every year that he started the season, he's been to the playoffs. 6-3 in the playoffs. But he's the guy that y'all want to question.
Yep.
That's how I know, man. This stuff is narrative driven. This stuff is a farce. Anyway, man, let's keep this thing going, bro. If I get my emotions involved,
yeah, because I gotta bounce soon, bro.
No, I feel you on that. All right, so let's see. We did Colts, Steelers, Broncos at Texans. Broncos won that game.
Yep.
Like I expected. Who'd you have winning that game?
I think I had the Broncos on that one.
Okay.
Texans hasn't been good.
Jags beat the Raiders barely, but they did it. They're 5-3 now.
Raiders are trash.
Raiders is an awful team. Saints at Rams.
Saints are trash.
Yeah. Rams.
What did Tyler Shuck do? He started that game.
Tyler Show. Let's see. 15 for 24, 176 passing yards, average 7 yards an attempt, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Okay, not bad.
Was only sacked once.
Right.
So had 81.2 passer rating. It's not enough, not good enough. But nonetheless, though, Rams blew them out, did what they did. Chiefs at Bills. I had the Bills winning this game. And Bills did exactly what I expected. Again, The Bills are going to beat them in the playoffs. I'm sorry, Bills are going to beat them in the regular season. Playoffs?
Bills were at home, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Bills are going to beat them in the regular season. We know that. Then playoffs start. We know what happens. Seahawks at Commanders. Seahawks just smoked these dudes. Wasn't even a competition. Sam Darnold at one point completed 17 straight passes. It was nuts. So yeah, man.
Better teams win.
Commanders done for the year.
Yep.
Cardinals did exactly what we needed them to do. They smoked the Cowboys 27-17. So let's run through this real quick. Giants lose, Cowboys lose, Commanders lose, Packers lose, Lions lose. Eagles get Jaylen Phillips, Jaire Alexander, Michael Carter II. Nolan Smith comes back.
We had a good week.
Good week, man. Good week. All right. You guys, that is the show, man. We appreciate y'all. You guys have been phenomenal, man. Smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. As always, subscribe to Pro Fan Talk. Subscribe to Chalk It Up Sports. Any final words, Marcus, before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I'm just ready to get this new week started. Let's get the Monday, so we can get. Somebody said in the chat that they didn't think we had practice tomorrow. I'm hoping that's not the case. We need to get back into the groove because I don't want us to get a lull, and I don't want too long of a break because that could be detrimental.
I agree. I'm with you on that, man. On that note, Eagles fans, y'all know the vibes, y'all know the energy. Smash the like button, hit the hype button, subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and it's straight like that. He's Markus Thomas. I'm Tone DeShields II. You guys have been locked in on the Bald Eagles podcast, and we out of here.
Go Birds.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights, dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Fly guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.